Venerable Kondara's presentation. It is time to start.
Today I would like to talk about how important is doctrines of Paticcasamuppada. So, introduction. Why the Buddha appeared as a enlightened one, on how the Buddha attained the supreme Buddha? Why did the Buddha teach Paticcasamuppada? How important is this doctrine? So, I would like to say about this, how important, because he has cut asunder this chain of thought and effect. This is Paticcasamuppada. That's why he liberated from all wrong attachment and suffering. He attained the supreme Buddhahood. Do you remember at the beginning, under the body tree, he take a enlightened man, and step by step he was Sotapanna, Dragana, and Arhanta. This is called Buddhahood. So Paticcasamuppada is very important in our life, in the Buddha's preaching. So, and then a chain of the Paticcasamuppada, he breaking away the links in the chain of Paticcasamuppada. And secondly, by complete comprehension and realization of the Four Noble Truth. So, in the one sutta, the Buddha wake up, the IBSC sutta, IBSC Bodhisattva, even before become Buddha, after deeply and seriously contemplation and meditating on the Paticcasamuppada several times, with symbolic Anuloma and Viloma, and many times. And then he cut off all his thunder, or his cause and effect. And then he became an enlightened one. This is the IBSC Buddha. The same way, the Buddha also, the same matter, the same way. The same in the Buddha Sutta also the same. So, Paticcasamuppada is very important for us. If we want to cut, we want to become a Sotapanna, we want to our goal, Nirvana, we must cut our Paticcasamuppada. So what is the Paticcasamuppada? Paticcasamuppada means law of cause and effect, dependent origination. So this is central doctrine. It's very popular, many doctrine Buddha said the right way. So this consists of two parts, Paticca and Samuppada. Paticca means dependent on. Samuppada means arising or origination. So this is Paticcasamuppada, dependent co-arising on dependent origination. So important Paticcasamuppada in the Mahanidana Sutta, Buddha mentioned as once another said to Buddha, "Oh, Paticcasamuppada is very easy for me, very clear for me. This seems to be shallow for him." Lord Buddha rectified him. Don't say Ananda 3 times. So Lord Buddha emphasized dependent origination is very deep and profound. So that is very interesting. Buddha said the reverse order in our Paticcasamuppada, like this, many good sutta. This is this Mahanidana sutta. So not only that, in the Visuddhimagga commentator, Buddha also the wise monk, expressed his feeling about the Paticcasamuppada. I feel like a man who has the step into the deep ocean. So Paticcasamuppada is very important for us. So Khanda and how connect with the Kana and Paticcasamuppada. Kana means our 5 ingredients, every know. The living group, this great cause and effect. Kana is great cause and effect. This is also Paticcasamuppada. Buddha said one program, if you know Paticcasamuppada, you know Dhamma. If you don't know Paticcasamuppada, you don't know Dhamma. Dhamma is true. So very important is why. So unless we cut off in the samsara is also Paticcasamuppada, also kanda. So we will go from present life to the future life because we didn't cut Paticcasamuppada. So I want to say here Buddha teaching in a Paticcasamuppada and Paticcasamuppada Sutta, Buddha mentioned many. His Pali word, I want to show you. Chakkhomcha paticca rupecha upajati chakku viññāna. Tainan ting pato asa prisya vedana prisya tana prisya upadana and so on. So chakkhomcha paticca. Our side we have eye sense. Chakkhomcha. Eye sense. Paticca means condition or event. The rupecha upajati. We have the rupa, any atom, any have the rupa, the size object. So this, our sight, eye sense and sight objects. Because of these two, obviously, because of these two, the chakku viññāna became an eye consciousness. So became an eye consciousness in our mind. So this is, we need the two words because of eye sense and sight object, and became an eye consciousness. The same way, eardrum and the sound object became an ear consciousness, and nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, body consciousness, and mind consciousness. So this is cause and effect. This is dependent origination. This is, we can say, Khanda Paticcasamuppada. Now you see. You see me, you have the eye sense. So this is all actors are sight object. Now you became an eye consciousness in your eye. And the same way, ear consciousness on your ear. Now this is cause and effect, present aspect. So if you understand it, you know Paticcasamuppada now. So this is Khanda Paticcasamuppada. This is the present aspect. So if we know what we have the effort, we became now mind and body. Causes body, causes, eye sense is the body, sight object is the body. Because of body and became mind, eye consciousness. So you know mind and body. So you know mind and body, if you cause nama rupa paticca. Nama means you know the mind, rupa means you know the body. So you know nama rupa paticca. Now just when you listen to the mantra, you have nama rupa paticca. This is Buddha also said. This is also Chula Sosapa. Chula means the small. Sosapa is the second life. Never go to Apaya, the world food state, never go. But this is the Chula, not Mahasasapa. And the third life might go to the Apaya state. So we should go to practice to become a Mahasasapa with the middle way, with the Eightfold Noble Path. So if one don't know where to break the cause-effect link, don't know how to cut off our Paticcasamuppada, it's ignorant. It's that he don't know a waiter, he became a waiter. So waiter means ignorance of Four Noble Truth. So what is does know the ways of chain of cast the chain? That wisdom means is the ignorant and full of the truth. And then how to, if you know already, our standing is Paticcasamuppada. Our Khana is Paticcasamuppada because of cause and effect. So how to overcome deity and Vicikicca? Deity means the wrong view, Vicikicca means the doubt. So now you have overcome deity. You have overcome the wrong view already because you know mind and body. For example, before you came here, all the way, we have to attend the class. So we have thinking, this is your mind. And you came here, your body action, you talk each other by your action, you thinking, your mental action. This is you came here, mind and body. Now you standing. You cannot say this is the ultimate point of view. We cannot say our human being. We cannot say that mind, I. We cannot say it. This is we have understanding on our body. This is only mind and body. So at that time, you dispel major deity. So overcoming deity already. What deity? What kind of deity? Sakaya deity. I will be view. And after deity, our self view. So now you understanding, only understanding, you have to escape from that major deity with the understanding, not practicing. If you want to dispel inside, must be called inside meditation. So this is, you know, understanding because of you know Paticcasamuppada. So another Vicikicca, doubt. How to overcome our doubt? Everybody thinking, who created our body? So other religions, many believe the God. The view are not sufficient, not well experienced, still in doubt. So we can ask them, your God, who created your God? So they have no answer. So this is we have to say God. Buddha mentioned in a Namanakasayutta because of avijja. Our five aggregates because of avijja. Avijja means, I mentioned already, ignorance of Four Noble Truths. We never know Four Noble Truths. We have avijja. So avijja, picture, sankhara, picture, vijnana. Now we have the five aggregates. So I want to explain about. So this is the Paticcasamuppada Sutta, Sanghana. And if we have the other deity, we have the wrong view, one day we will go to the worldful state. This is Apaya Adi. Buddha's mentioned in the Paticcasamuppada Sutta. You know what I mentioned is that Paticcasamuppada Sutta means Buddha seeing the dust put on the tip of the nail, and with the art, who is bigger, who is Mars. The art is Mars, you're on the tip of the nail, the dust is very little. Just little only go to the agreement. Like the Mars or people or go to the head, go to the forefighter. Because of we have at the deity, we have wrong view. So this is very important to overcoming wrong view. Now you understand it. Now never go to the second line to the fourth prayer. So this is I want to show the Paticcasamuppada. This is a Mongol Sayadaw, very famous in Burma. He is a master meditator. He passed away 50 years ago already. So he is entitled this Paticcasamuppada diagram. This is also he refer the Paticcasamuppada Sutta. This is normal order, 1, 2, 3, 4 normal order. And here, if we can practice, we begin a reverse order. So this is the Mukosero embedded. So how to understand this Paticcasamuppada? I want to show with the Mukosero, so with this method together. So I want to explain. So we have the two rules to choose for factors: three conduction, three routes, three periods, 20 incident, the route or event origination. What is the two rules? Two rules is that we have the origin antenna. Main two rules that we have origin antenna. And two truth is that this is Surya Sija, number one, Surya Sija, Dukkha Sija, Surya Sija, Dukkha Sija. This is number one is that past life, this is not present life. This is also present life, and then we have the future life, Dukkha Sija. And the fourth group is easy. One is the past life, second is the present life, is the now, present period, and four is the future, we have future period. 12 factors. We have the main factor is born. This is avijja pisya, Chenkhara, pisya, vijnana pisya, namarupa pisya, salaya pisya, phasa pisya, and so on, pisya, jaramaya, 12. Oh, good. Thank you.
Shiga.
So 12 factors, and we have three connection. This is the past life. We have the past life, which has a samsara. Second life is origination, second life. Now we have 5 degrees. So we have in the mother one, we have the embryo here, 1 year. We have the 1 year. Past life and second life, 1 year. In the present period, we have here 1 year. We have attachment to the whether it's good feeling between we have the Tana. Craving. Yes, we have 1 year. And then in the future, and Tana is a Karma Boa. Karma Boa is a becoming picture Chati reverse again in the future. This is 1 year, 3 things, and 3 routes. 3 routes is the 3 Buddha. 3 Buddhas, one is the Paticcasamuppada, Paticcasamuppada defilement, Kamamasa, and if this still is caused, and the Vipaka is an effect. This is the Vipaka Buddha, again Vipaka Buddha. Vipaka Buddha is the 3 pillars that we have. This is the Avijja, Dana, Upadana. And Karma is the Sankhara. We have the Kaya Sankhara, which is Sankhara, and no Sankhara. This is Sankhara, Karma, Buddha. And Sankhara and Karma Bua. Karma Bua is the existence. So we have 2 Karma Bua and 8 Vipaka. Vipaka is we have the results. How many Vipaka? We have 8. Here, Vijnana, Salaya, Nama, Rupa, Salaya, Phasa, Vedana is the 5, and Jabi, Jamarana. So this is 3, the 8 Vipaka. And another 3 rock, 3 periods. 3 periods is the past periods, present periods, and future periods. 20 incidents. 20 incidents, and we have 5 parts gestures continued. We have do the 5 Avijja, Sankhara, Tana, Upadana. We did in the past life 5 incidents. 5 gestures incidents. Now, because of this 5, now we became 5 aggregates. We need Namarupa Salaya Phasa Vedana. Now we have a 5 aggregate now, our 5 aggregate. Now we do again, we have the feeling. We have a good feeling, so we begin at Tana. And then we have the attachment, Upadana. I have to do. So we do with the body action, evaluation, and thinking. We have the 3 karma action. So we became this 5 present gesture continuum. Tana, Upadana, Awa, Avijja, Sankhara. And then we will again in the future our 5 group. Sure, because of this is in the samsara wrong and wrong because of normal order. This is and Uttara Gama also. So altogether, 20 antecedent. So, how do this we understand in reverse normal order in the samsara? So, how to cut off our samsara? So we should go the reverse order. Reverse order. This is also we can count the samsara, and this is also a full number. This is also we will know the full number too. So we go reverse order. This is I give an example. This is a prison city. This is a current city. Prison city in the prisoner. So look like the worthy person. Worthy person is every life, the rebirth again, and death again. Rebirth, or age, and death. This is the worthy person. Look like the prisoner. If you want to this stopping rebirth, you should find a key. So this prisoner must be find a key, must be find a way. So if you know the key, you can escape from the prison. And then we will go to the golden city. We will get out of the prison. We will go to our goal, Nirvana. Yes. So if we need to find the key, so how to find? We should remember the reverse order. I will go back. So how to take this cup? How to cut the Paticcasamuppada? So we should the normal reverse order. Reverse order origination order, samsara order. Stop. Waiter. The cessation of samsara. The cessation of samsara, stop vijnana, and stop the time period. Cessation of vedana, then stop tanha. Cessation of feeling, we can stop the craving. So this is really important in the present life. We must emphasize this between vedana and tanha. Buddha also, we should think about why the Buddha became a Buddhahood. And then we should think normally in the under the body tree. But this is in a physical. Mentally, between vedana and tanha, he became a Buddhahood. Because of he can cut the tanha. So this why he practiced the vedana. So he can see the vedana is itself. Vedana is impermanent. Feelings impermanent. So we can contemplate on our body this time. Before we practicing, for example, this is I want to show a little bit about the reverse normal order, the forward order. For example, here, when you see in a online, you can see in some advertisement. So this is the iPhone 8 Plus. So we contact with your eye. So contact you have pasa. Pasa is the contact with your eye on the advertisement. So you have the feeling in your eye. Feeling, and then you can say, oh, I want that. So that's one. You have the desire to get tanha. And tanha is a craving. And I have to go, I have to buy. So we became an attachment, this atom. And then you go by bus or by taxi or you have body action. And then you talk about this atom, this is good or this is bad. So you action, we thinking about the mental action. So you became a karma board. If you die here, sure you will go to the fourth life. Workful state because of leader is craving. So this is the normal order. If you got here, if you know your mind and body disappear, your mind and body rising and tossing away, your we have the four method, four foundation of mindfulness, feeling, Kanupasanadita, Venanupasanadita, Chikanupasanadita, and Dhammanupasanadita. Anyway, you can choose one. Here, I point out Venanupasanadita. We have the three feeling, we have the good feeling. So this is good feeling also anicca. Good feeling also impermanent. Anicca. If you see you behave now Eightfold Noble Path, this is middle way. If you see how can behave turn out, he come up already. Anicca, this good feeling is anicca. Anicca is the impermanent. So we cannot say this anicca, this is sukha. We cannot say this is dukkha. This is suffering. So this suffering this is mine. We cannot say mine. This is suffering. This is dukkha. We cannot say this is mine. We cannot say this is myself. This is no atta. This is no self. This is anicca, dukkha, anatta. So we should contemplate on your body, on your mind and body, on your physical body or mental body, anyone. So you begin at full of the truth. You know that how to find a key. You know already. This is the Buddha method, middle way. You can take off from the Vedana order, the Nani order. The cravings stop the Vedana. You can stop the Vedana. Due to the association of the Tanna. So you begin here. You can take off from the Paticcasamuppada. Exits from the Paticcasamuppada. This is with the Niyoda and Niyoda. Niyoda, we can see the Niyoda center. The end of the suffering. You can see the Niyoda center. This is the name. We don't need to go. This is the Apaya Ati. In the second line, when we go for worldful state, this is the reverse order. If we understand it, we know how to open the key. To the prison city, we will go to the golden city because you know Paticcasamuppada and you know Kanda and you know how to cut the Paticcasamuppada. This is the middle way. This is Mishima Parika. So this is many explain already. This methodology and explanation by analogy. So not only to the super mundane level, but also in the mundane level, in the worldly person. Also, we can solve our problem in the mundane level. So even in the mundane level, in the daily life, we can find the fundamental cause. We can find the cause. This is cause and effect. We can find the cause, and our Buddhist aim is to escape the prison city and be liberated in this two-day neighborhood. We find that in the window with the Buddha expounded is the middle way. This is the Eightfold Noble Path. So I want to say conclusion. So this is teaching. I talking about the Paticcasamuppada and connect with the body. And firstly, we should understanding on our body to dispel the deity and Vicikicca. And then we should go to the practicing with the middle way. So use the vipassana. Vipassana means the kind of dependent origination. Everybody knows vipassana is the contemplation of the mind, contemplation of the body. But actually, kind of the dependent origination, kind of your chain of cause and effect. Vipassana is we focus not on our immediate cause. If we have the problem in the daily life, so we can solve. This is the Fold Noble Truth. We should find the cause, and then you emphasize this round or two. We can solve. And the reverse order, I explained already. Reverse order is this is a metasiddha. With it is the wisdom middle way. The wisdom with associated with the metasiddha, cutting the Asana Paticcasamuppada. This is explained already. Not only these up to the mundane level, this mundane level world peace, we have the individual peace in your mind, individual person. But we can go to the world peace. So, and we can success. And more importantly, we can take the supramundane and be liberated our prison city just like all the past the Buddha. So all Buddha also going to the golden city, Nibbana. So if you want to follow like the Buddha, we should practice Four Noble Truths. We should cut our Paticcasamuppada, the valuable. So I want to say conclusion. So with the Four Noble Truths, with a very short note. So if we have a 5 degree, this 5 degree is that arising and crossing away. Where the mind and body say arising and crossing away. This is anicca. This is dukkha. This is anatta. This is called dukkha-sita. You know dukkha-sita? If you know like this, every time you know, knowing this understanding, this wisdom, this is mega-sita. At the time, you stop the craving already. When you're practicing vipassana, you stop the craving already. At the time, you're thinking yourself. You have the all experience, everybody. At the time, you don't think about the business, you don't think about your family. This is, you stop the craving. This is samsara. And then, when you take end of suffering, you practicing the end of suffering, you can take the nirvana. This is nibbana. This is Four Noble Truths. Thank you very much.
Question and comment. Anything to add on or ask Venerable?
Yes, okay, Venerable, your presentation is very good. Here I want to know, the Buddha said, it's an no sutta sutta. Chitong riya sitjana nanboda abhiwega evamidana gamadana sandavina. It means and know when the Four Noble Truths, we all wander in samsara. So here your presentation, you say Paticcasamuppada is very important for our life. Here I want to know, my question is, between Paticcasamuppada and the Four Noble Truths, what is most important for us?
We are in main is important is Four Noble Truths. And but also we should understand Paticcasamuppada. Yes, this is the farthest Four Noble Truths. And also important Paticcasamuppada. If you don't know, Buddha mentioned in one sutta, if you don't know Paticcasamuppada, you don't know Dhamma. If you know Dhamma is also true. If you know Paticcasamuppada, you know Dhamma. This is connection, many connection. No, I explained already. Yes. Any question?
Patrick, you mentioned that on the Buddha's famous time under the Bodhi tree there, did the Bodhisattva become the Buddha, like moving from Sotapanna to Sakadagami and then Anagami, Arahant, in one session, over the one night, do you think? Did he go from, did he suddenly achieve Sotapanna status and then the other status in that one session, or was he already before that?
One stroke. In one stroke. He is a very full parameter Buddhism. Very first. Yes.
So he was ready for many many experiences before that.
Yes, yes. He is he's really immediately can get the four step. Sotapansaga, Naga, Arahanta, can directly because of he is a very many fulfilled the party.
Okay. So he had been contemplating like how to not let Vedana become Tanha. Probably I think for a long time before that, right? So
Vedana.
yeah, like to cut that step of becoming craving from feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he had been practicing and aware of that for a long time. Do you think so? Did he suddenly get knowledge of how to cut?
Yes.
On that night, suddenly came, yeah?
Yes. Yes, certainly. He didn't cut before, but he only practicing, in the Theravada point of view, he fulfilled the 10 parameter, and then by 6 parameter. Yeah, he always is the many aeon past life. He fulfilled the 10 parameter and 6 parameter like this. And then he had a very mature at the time this war. He began practicing again to penetrate himself, to penetrate the follow the truth, to penetrate the Paticcasamuppada. So he began a movement.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any question?
Yes.
Yes.
Your topic is very good, your explanation is very good. First, how do you focus our focus intention and development? Your presentation is how you connect with the development of Buddhism between your religious movement. It's a kind of development or original one. How you connect?
The development of Buddhism.
Development your
How connects? So
is it original or development later time?
the development. Now you practice, you can develop.
No,
I think he's asking, is your topic is related to the subject or not?
To develop this?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Right.
Is your topic is related to the subject, development of Buddhism?
Yes,
I think
yes.
yes.
The development of also you can say development of Buddhism. You can develop your mind gradually. You can practice.
Gradually,
Yeah.
Gradually.
Gradually you can practice because you know the Paticcasamuppada and you know the mind and body and you know the follow the truth and you know how to come with the equal to the path. It is gradually it is the improvement of Buddhism. Individually if you practice you can develop this propagates our Buddha Sasana.
And Bhakti's talk too, in terms of development, it illustrates that most important development of all, which is the movement from the development from Bodhisattva to Buddha over that period. So that's the development. That's the principal one. I think in Bhakti's speech, it's the most important development of all.
Thank you for your question.
Okay, anybody else?
So, if nobody is going to ask, then I think I will present more chances. So, what is the difference between Four Noble Truth and Paticcasamuppada?
Yeah, now so I just explain already. This is important. One is the follow the truth, second is the Paticcasamuppada. So
The question is different. What is the difference?
this is we cannot say different. We cannot say exactly the same. Okay. So Paticcasamuppada also cause and effect. Is it? And follow the truth also cause is a Samkhya Sita. Okay? And effect is a Dukkha Sita. Okay? 5 degree. This is the same. And then another is different. The near Sita and Mega Sita is different. It must have use it. Yes. This is the same and
So main point, the difference is main point. So, okay, I need a short explanation, so now I cannot catch everything. So I mean, so main point, for example, so these two variables, right? So we can give the differentiation between these two variables. Like this is from Thailand, for example, like this. So if you just go through in this way, so what is the difference between Paticcasamuppada and for novel two?
yeah, now I explain already.
So yeah, that's
Oh,
what I
yes, it's already different. Is if we cannot say very different, we cannot say that exactly the same.
Oh,
They are-
so the
yeah.
different. So you mean there is no different, right?
Yeah, not different.
Then you didn't tell me the difference.
Yeah, if the two novel true, the mega sita and smoothia sita, not including Paticcasamuppada.
All right, then I ask you one more question. So if there is no difference, right? So if there is no difference, means then you cannot separate, you cannot part from each other, right?
Cannot. This is very connection. Now that is Buddha also mentioned. So the Mahasati. Yeah.
What I understand you. So then the third question is that. So if you cannot, if you cannot separate from each other, like the four number truth is the, dependent origination. Dependent origination is the, four number truth. So what are you going to say is this the what you want to say? So four number there is no difference, right? There is no difference between these two. So it means that whatever four number truth is the dependent origination. Understand? Alright, so I mean that you said this both, these two things, doctrine has no difference.
Yeah, not different. Not exactly the same. Alright, say the three times already. So if you refer normal order, Paticcasamuppada, you know two truths. Samudaya sita and Dukkha sita. I show you.
So then you are going to say the neither, right? Neither similar nor.
Yeah, may I encourage you? Yeah, I want to answer you.
Sure, thank you very much. Sure.
The one over true, smoothia sitya and mega sitya is cause. Niroda sitya and dukkha side effect. So Paticcasamuppada also show cause and effect. So in this way, Paticcasamuppada and the formula is the same.
But different is
Yes.
different is another novel truth.
is different.
Another mega sita is Nira sita. Not including here. Mega sita and Nira sita not included here. This is reverse normal order. Normal order, two truth. I explain it here, two truth. Only two truth. Here, Samudaya sita and Dukkha sita. Because of Samudaya sita and became in the future Dukkha sita. Okay. This is Samudaya sita, Dukkha sita. In one sutta, I forgot name. This called Buddha said, this is the Miksha Palipa. Because of this sita is the lower sita. This two sita. We go samsara around and on. And reverse order. Origination order, second order, and so on. And reverse order, you begin to another sita. Mega sita and Nira sita. Yes. If you know how to reverse order, you know how to practice reverse meditation. If you know correctly, you know reverse order. If you begin mega sita and Nira sita, this is Buddha mentioned Dhamma as Paticca Samadhi. In one sutta. Yes, this is a belief.
Can I ask one more question?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. So, as I heard that how the Bodhisattva achieved the Buddhahood.
Sorry?
So, you mentioned about that how the Bodhisattva achieved the Buddhahood, right?
Yes.
So in like under the body, or the trees, yeah. So this is the that he already, completely accumulated the 10 parameters already.
Yes.
Did he?
Yes.
So still, yeah. So he already completed the 10 parameters complete, right?
Yes. That's right.
Yeah.
Very mature.
Yeah, that's right. So still he didn't get the Buddhahood, right?
Yes, he must practice.
Okay.
So the way.
So what does it did between these two gap? Yeah. So yeah. So I mean the question is that what
does it?
Yeah, what does he did?
Yeah, well, if the parameters were all perfect, what happened on that night? The setting on the Arya Marga immediately made him stop the planet. What happened? What was the change?
You mean how to get a Buddha? Or no, how to get a Buddha?
No. Just he gives some more gap, right? Between the accumulating the Panya Paramita and the Buddhahood. So there is a gap, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So at that gap, what does he do? Between the maybe Mr. Mark, I need Mr. Mark.
You didn't finish your question.
So Gautama's sitting, he's there under the tree, right?
Yes.
And he's already a very perfect being in many ways. But then between then and the morning, he becomes a self-perfected Buddha.
Yes.
So what is the key thing that happens to the Bodhisattva to make him a Buddha in that night? What's the first thing that happens there?
This main thing is that he found how to open key in the way. Before he didn't know the way. He is a Mekshapatipala, 6 years. This is the Doctrine. So at that time, he became after 6 years, after Doctrine. Doctrine is a self-education to himself, very hard to do normal people. So he can do. After that, this is not way to the middle way. This is the Atta Kilamasana Yoga. You answer yourself, the shrine. This is no good. And change your mind and do the middle way. He got the Buddha.
So that means at that time he didn't realize the middle way, right?
Yes,
So he
sure.
did.
Yeah.
So in terms of Paja Paramita, 10 Paramita or 6 Paramita in the Monastic Buddhism, so there is a 6 Paramita. The number 6 one is the called wisdom Paramita. So wisdom Paramita is this is sort of like synonym with the middle part. As long as he completes the 6 parameters,
Yes.
so it means he is a Buddha. In terms of Maya Buddhism. And also this basically I can say this is a general one. So as long as he's complete the 6 parameters, it means he already complete his practice. And of course, if he completes his practice, then he need to practice. He must complete the realizing middle way also. This is the viewpoint. This is sort of like comment.
That's okay. This is I also repeat again.
So if you said that at that gap, at that space between these two moments, so if he didn't realize the middle way, then this is a little bit weird to me.
Okay, because this is an explanation about the our point of view. My point of view is not I have not very experience. So your question is very good. You ask how to link to the Bodhisattva and Buddhahood. How to link? Yeah, this is the whole number 2. We know that in a way. Yeah. This is
okay. Let me put one more question. I guess this it can be the last question for me. So at that time, he didn't realize the Four Noble Truth, right?
Yes.
He did
Before Buddhahood, yeah.
Yeah, at that time, he didn't realize.
Yes, correct.
He didn't realize the, 12 interdependent origination. He didn't realize this one thing.
Yes. Yes. Before Buddha, he also, and mentioned here, that we will see Buddha Sutta. Buddha Sutta also, he realized Paticcasamuppada, a new law, New law is a reverse order, and start from Vijayapishya Sankhara, and go there, Vijayapiyora Sankhara, reverse forward and reverse again, he do it. After that, he has he is a bride, and then go to the way. Yeah, this why Paticcasamuppada is very important for to cut our under our samsara. Yeah. Thank you very much.
But on that at the immediate enlightenment experience, of course, he already got the powers up, right? He confirmed, like he went up and down the jhanas and things, and then he could confirm that he could see people's karma in the past, and he could see that and his own rebirths, right? He could see all of that, right?
Yes.
And then he realized he had cut asava completely at that point, right?
Yeah.
So I think those realizations then come to him, then perhaps later putting it together into the laws. Right? But immediately he sees everyone's rebirth, he can see his own rebirth, he understands the role of karma, which means he understands that really. And then he realizes he's cut everything. So he's done. He realizes he's some Buddha. Maybe then he takes his time to formulate this. He takes some time to formulate it, particularly to show it, right? But he knows it. You can see it clearly, experientially, but you can't speak it right away or something. That takes time.
So I think the main problem is that we have a different interpretation for the 6 parameter or 10 parameters. So that's the main root problem.
Thank you very much, because we may have another one, right? So that will take a long time. I will not comment any longer, but I only put my observation that the Paticcasamuppada and the Four Noble Truths can be understood as the same thing. The thing is that everything occurs because of your connection between cause and effect, right? And what is the key thing that you connect things all the time? Because of your ignorance, your avijja.
Yes.
And then when you connect things together, then what happens? Then other things arise, like the attachment, the formation of ideas, and then all of those things, the 12 connections, just brought you into a kind of understanding of the external world and even with yourself. So that's why everything occurs and arises because of your formation, your thinking. And so when you destroy the contact between the 12 links, then you're free. And as well as when you understand the truth of suffering and the truth of the way out of suffering and the truth of nirvana and so on in the Four Noble Truths, it's just the same as what you do in the Paticcasamuppada. And so that's why the two things are the same thing. The Paticcasamuppada and the Four Noble Truths is up to you, to your own connection, because of your ignorance. And then you destroy ignorance, then you come to knowledge, and then you are free from suffering. And then I think that you probably go to read more books about the conversation from Puttathassa. Puttathassa also explained about this Paticcasamuppada too. And then you will see a kind of dialogue between Puttathassa Bhikkhu and Puttathassa, the great commentator. And you see that Puttathassa tried to interpret into a new way of interpretation, and then Puttathassa like a hermetic interpretation. Tripitaka, to the literacy of the Tripitaka, to verbal understanding. But Tathasa go another way, goes to another way, to a kind of intellectual interpretation. That means that human beings is the key of understanding, not the literacy understanding. So Paticcasamuppada tried to explain that we need to use our intellectual capacity to understand the teaching, and we must not stick or fix just only to the word or the words of the Tripitaka, and then we will understand the connection of this Paticcasamuppada, and we will understand that Paticcasamuppada and the Fourfold Noble Truth are the same.